Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, welcome to my channel if you are new here. I am Martina Lily and today we're going to play with the Pat McGrath Labs Venusian Sunrise Quad. I have not actually tested this quad on my lids yet, so I'm very excited to have a play with it and create a look with you guys. Hopefully that sounds interesting. If it does, go ahead and do the YouTubey things, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and let's get into it. I know this little quad is not one of Pat's like newest releases, but I didn't pick it up when the bronzers released because I was like, oh no, that color story is a bit redundant for me. But then so many people were raving about the formula and it just looked so beautiful that in the latest like 30% off sale, I picked this one up and I just was like, you know what, let's put it to the test and see what I think, shall we? For eye primer, I'm going to take my Pat eye primer. It's only fitting. Using a Pat shadow, need to use a Pat primer. I'm going to start with a rougher 15 and going into the lightest matte in the quad. Now I'm going to start very small because this is probably a touch too deep for an initial transition shade for me and my skin tone, but the good thing about Pat's mattes is you can, you know, really start quite soft and utilize that to create a soft transition shade if you need to. So I'm just going to start by very slowly blending this through the crease. I'm just switching to a Delium 765 with the same shadow, and let's create a bit of a halo eye today, shall we? So I'm going to tap this on the outer and inner corners as well. So that's all blended out. It blended out really easy. I would say though, I would use a lighter transition shade first. It would just make it a little bit simpler and quicker, but you know, for the sake of just using the one palette. All right, taking the Intensifeyes stick, I'm gonna pop this on the center of the lid where we will put the highlight. And if you don't want to, you can just put shadow on the outer and inner corners and leave the crease free. I just like to do that because I like to define my crease a little bit for my hoodadors. Picking up a Delium Tools shader brush. This is 773. We're gonna go into the gold shade, which just looks really pretty. This gold shade honestly looks like a special shade formula in terms of like how Pat's special shades formulas have been done in the Sunlit Seduction palette. Actually, it reminds me more of a special shade formula from Moonlit Seduction than Sunlit Seduction, but it's very glittery. So I'm just going to press and I'll put the most amount of pigment and color and pressure on the closer to the lash line, and then as I go up, it'll get lighter pressure and like a fairy dusting, which is how I like to do my halos. You can obviously make yours more neat and structured. You know, the world is your oyster. That is a very pretty shade though. Very pretty. I'm not gonna lie, this shade is so much more prettier and better than the special shade formula in the new Mothership. At least that's just my opinion. You take it with a grain of salt. If you like the special shade formula from Moonlit Seduction, you'll really like this one. Moonlit Seduction has a similar gold that has a similar formula to this, but it's a lot more, it's got more of a translucent base and it's a lot more of a cooler gold. So if you want something that's a little bit more bronzy, warm tony gold, then this might be the shade for you, up to you. I'm just gonna pick up a R102 and go into the deep brown, and I just want to deepen the outer. I don't want to do it too much, just a little. Just like that. Alright, we're going to leave this here and move on to base now. I still have a teensy bit of my Rose Inc serum, so we're going to keep using this in every look until this is finished up. This is a Rare Beauty foundation brush, E4 For color corrector, I'm actually going to take this Ola Henriksen Banana Bright Vitamin CC stick. I got this ages ago. Mine's in the shade Banana. And it's a lovely formula. It's just not super duper the right color corrector shade for me, but I have it, so I may as well use it, you know? Put it a bit more to the test. This is just a Sephora small contour brush that I'm going to blend it out with. It's probably not a very exciting video, but I just really wanted to create a look with this quad for you guys. For foundation, I'm going to take my YSL All Hours. This is the new formula in LN1, but I'm going to mix a little bit of the Fenty Beauty Easy Droplets in it, in Taffy Topaz, just because it is a bit matte and my skin is a little bit dry at the moment. So I've just done like a mixture, and then I just mix them together. I still stand by the fact that this foundation has been reformulated for the better, which is, you know, it's so rarely the case when they reformulate already good foundations. They usually make it worse. But this one, they did such a lovely job. Gosh, my skin, she's not loving life today, I can assure ya. I don't know what I did to it. This might look a little light for me at the moment too, because I do have a bit of a tan, but it'll all come together with the other products, don't you worry. Concealers, I'm going to take a mix of Tarte Shape Tape and the Shiseido. So in Tarte, I've got 22N, and in Shiseido, I've got 101 Fair. So the Tarte one's just too deep for me, but I like the coverage that Tarte Shape Tape provides me, and then the Shiseido is too light for me and not enough coverage, but I like the finish it gives me. So together they have a nice little baby. I'm just going to blend it out with my BK 109. I really need to clean all my brushes, and I'm really procrastinating on it, I'm not gonna lie. Because I don't know, it takes so long. First world problems. Gonna leave that there. I'm looking very ghostly, so we need to come back to life. I'm gonna take my Tarte Sculpt tape in Cool Bronze and just draw it on. Normally I wouldn't, but the Sonia G brush really kind of blends it out super nicely, so we can do that. This is my Sonia G buffer brush. I can't live without it. I just can't. See how nicely it just, and quickly and easily it blends products out? Perfection. My skin is so dry at the moment. I feel like I need to go get a facial. I feel like it just needs some TLC. So I might have to look at doing that. I don't often get facials. I'd like to, but you know, I usually spend all my money on makeup. So I should just prioritize a facial. Because I feel like, yeah, I feel like it just needs some love. Good thing I used a matte foundation. Why didn't I use the Shiseido hydrating foundation today if my skin's feeling dry? Think, teens, think. For powder, I'm going to use the Kaleidos light powder out of the contour trio. So you can actually buy these powders separately as well, and I gave all my separate ones away because there was no one, like they sent me the whole PR package of all the shades, and I gave all of the other shades away because I'm not going to use that much makeup, right? But I always forget about this powder now because this sits in a different part of my collection. Anyway, you don't care. It's actually a lovely powder. It is very beautiful, so we're gonna use this. Long story short. I'm just switching to a BK 104. The brush I used before was a KVD 25, and I'm still in the same powder because I can use this on my under eyes and my face. But I'm not gonna put a lot of powder on the rest of my face because it As mentioned, I'm very dry at the moment for some reason. I need to bronze and bring myself back to life. Let's take Victoria Beckham and my Pat McGrath Labs bronzer brush, and I just mix the shades together. Now, question, is anyone else watching the second season of The Summer I Turned Pretty? Because I'm obsessed with that show. I have the last episode to watch. I watched all 7 except for the last one. And I can't bring myself to watch it because 1, I don't want it to be over, and 2, I don't want it to be over. And I'm also just like, it's such a tricky little storyline if you've watched it, isn't it? Because you want both the brothers to kind of be with her and succeed. Anyway, I won't give any spoilers away just in case, but it's a really good show. I also watched this show and I cannot remember the name of it. I'll try and put it on the screen. It's about these 2 guys, like that are, one's the president's son in America and one's like a prince, and they fall in love, and oh my god, it was one of the best, most romantic, like not comedy movies I guess, but just romantic movies I think I've nearly ever seen. I fell so hard in love with it, and it was because the chemistry between those 2, my lord, it was, I fell in love. I watched it on the plane and I was just like this the whole time. It was adorable. So if you haven't seen that, I highly recommend checking that out. Highly recommend. All right, I'm gonna go off camera and do brows now, and then we'll come back and finish everything else up. Brows are on, let's finish the lower lash line. I'm gonna take this one right here, just on a What's Up R107, and just very lightly. I don't want anything too intense today for work. Nice. And then just nice and simple, this one for the inner corner on a Refa 12. That's beautiful. Can I tell you? I'm not trying to, I feel like people probably have unfollowed me for how much I've talked about negatively about this Sunlit Seduction palette from Pat, but I've had more fun playing with this, and there's only 4 shadows in it. The quality of these shadows are better. I'm just throwing that out there as my little 2 cents and my opinion, okay? I'm gonna take bronze liner from Victoria on the top waterline, brightener on the lower waterline, and my Caliray mascara to finish this up. For highlight, I want to keep it a bit goldy, so let's take my Gucci liquid highlighter. I just like to take this one on me sponge. Can you guys get this in the US yet? I'll have a look when I film this, but I don't think you can, which is crazy. Wonder why. Oh god, it's stunning every time, every time. We're gonna take for highlighter the Sunstone House Labs highlighter. I really like this formula as well. Actually want to be a bit glowy today because my skin's probably looking a little flatter. Okay, nice, into it, loving it. Let's take Paradise Peony from Pat for blush because this has got some dew in it, so it's gonna kind of bring back that hydration to my dry skin today. And I'm just gonna pick this up on a It Cosmetics angled brush and just really lightly, perfect. Nice, that is exceptional, in my opinion. And then I haven't used this in a little while, so let's take the Gucci blush in Tender Apricot. You know I've got my Smashbox blush brush. Nice. Setting spray is Charlotte Tilbury. I feel like this look is coming together really well. Lip liner, let's take Mario Toasty. For lips, I'm going to take this beautiful Fluorescence lipstick right here, which is in the shade Terracotta Romance, and you just like press the little top bit and it like flings out. It's absolutely beautiful. And then like look at the bullet. Look at that. Oh, it is impeccable. Absolutely beautiful. Isn't that shade gorgeous? I feel like this is a really nice lip, fall lip color, because I know a lot of you are about to start going into fall. And I'm just going to top it off with Golden Nude from Mario. Alright, let me figure out hair, jewelry, all that jazz. We'll zoom out and we'll wrap this up. 2 seconds. Alright, my friends, this is the finished makeup look. What do you guys think? I know this probably wasn't an exciting video in any way, but hopefully you enjoyed it and just had fun creating this little look with me. I really like this Pat McGrath Labs Venusian Sunrise Quad. I would personally recommend this even over the new Mothership. I think it's absolutely beautiful and impeccable. I really do. As I always say, everyone's value of a dollar is different. So I'm just here to tell you whether or not I like something, and you do with that information as you wish. But really, I just wanted to sit down and create a look with you guys. That was the purpose of today's video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you're watching till this point, you're an absolute legend. Thank you so, so much. I truly appreciate you. And I hope you have the most amazing day wherever you are in the world. And I will see you next time. Bye.